I want to take a moment to speak directly to all my fellow real estate agents out there who are feeling stressed, frustrated, and overwhelmed right now. I'm Andika Duncan, a licensed real estate broker and certified hypnotherapist. And if it's you, please know I see you, I hear you, and I understand your pain. Real estate can be such a rewarding career, it really can. But let's not sugarcoat it. It's also one of the most emotionally demanding professions out there, and nobody talks about that enough. Today, I want to walk through the real struggles you face day in and day out, the parts of the job that weigh heavy, the burdens that keep you up at night, and why it feels like sometimes you're just running on empty. Let's start with the emotional roller coaster. We all know that feeling when you put in the time, effort, and hope into a deal, and then bam, something goes wrong. Financing falls through, the buyer gets cold feet, or the seller changes their mind. And there you are, standing in the wreckage of what seemed like a sure thing. It's crushing and it makes you question yourself. The truth is, every deal that falls apart doesn't just cost you money, it chips away at your spirit. The disappointment sticks with you, and it becomes harder each time to muster the courage to do it all over again. I get it. It's not just business, it's personal. We need to talk about the pressure too. This is not a 9-to-5 job. In real estate, your success or failure is all on you. Your income depends on your hustle, your energy, your ability to close deals. The pressure to perform never lets up, and the stakes are high. If you're not closing, you're not eating, and that's a tough reality to live with. It goes deeper than finances. The pressure begins to shape how you see yourself. If you're not hitting your numbers, it can feel like you're not good enough. That kind of self-doubt can be paralyzing, and it can make every call, every showing feel like life or death. And then there are your clients. Real estate agents are expected to be available 24/7. Clients call late at night, they text you on weekends, and they want immediate responses. The boundary between your work life and your personal life blurs until it's practically non-existent. It's exhausting, being on all the time, never getting a true break. On top of that, you're not just selling homes, you're managing emotions. Clients are nervous, demanding, and often unrealistic. They're looking to you for answers, for reassurance, for miracles, and you're left carrying their anxiety as well as your own. You are their rock even on days when you feel like you're barely holding yourself together. And let's not forget, this entire industry depends on a market that you can't control. Interest rates rise, the economy dips, and suddenly your pipeline dries up. It's not about how hard you work, it's about things completely outside your control. And that lack of control, that uncertainty, can feel like a dark cloud hanging over you. The market shifts like the wind, and you're left trying to adjust, constantly hustling just to stay afloat. It's like trying to navigate a boat during a storm, and no matter how hard you row, sometimes you still feel like you're sinking. And let's talk about rejection. Rejection is built into this business. Cold leads that go nowhere, listings lost to competitors, offers that don't get accepted. Each rejection feels personal, no matter how much we try to brush it off. It starts to wear you down, to chip away at your confidence until you're left wondering if you're even cut out for this. There's also the social judgment. You're always in the public eye. Clients, peers, even friends are watching. You feel like you have to prove yourself over and over again, and the fear of coming up short can be suffocating. It's a heavy weight to carry. Then there's the loneliness. You're on your own out there. You've got to be your own motivator, cheerleader, and boss. There's no team waiting to pick you up when you're feeling down. No one there to share the weight when times get tough. Self-motivation can feel impossible when you're already running on empty. Real estate doesn't have built-in support systems. You don't have colleagues to chat with over coffee, no structured team meetings where you can share your struggles. The isolation can make you feel like you're bearing the world on your shoulders, and sometimes it's just too much. Real estate is competitive. You're not just competing with other agents, you're constantly competing with yourself. Social media shows everyone's highlight reels, their wins, their successes, their closings. It's hard not to compare your behind the scenes to someone else's curated moments, and it's even harder not to feel like you're coming up short. The constant comparison can erode your self-esteem. It makes you feel like no matter how much you accomplish, it's never enough. You're always striving, always pushing, but never quite feeling satisfied. And then there's the financial uncertainty. 1 month, you're on top of the world, and the next month, nothing. It's feast or famine, and the inconsistency makes it impossible to plan. You're constantly on edge, wondering when the next check is coming, and that's no way to live. The financial stress isn't just about paying bills, it's about feeling secure, about feeling like you can take care of yourself and your loved ones. When the cash flow dries up, the anxiety seeps in, and it's hard to feel stable or safe. Let's not underestimate the emotional burden. Real estate is full of client drama. You're mediating between buyers and sellers, absorbing their fears, frustrations, and expectations. You're carrying not just your own stress, but theirs as well. This emotional labor can lead to burnout. You're giving, and eventually, there's nothing left for yourself. Compassion fatigue is real, and it's something that can sneak up on you until you feel like you're running on empty. Boundaries are almost non-existent in this line of work. You're on call all the time. Late night texts, early morning emails, weekend showings. It's like there's no off switch. The lack of downtime takes a toll on your health, your happiness, and your relationships. Without time to recharge, burnout is inevitable. It's hard to enjoy anything outside of work when you're always tied to your phone, waiting for the next call or text that demands your attention. Finally, let's talk about how real estate can make you tie your self-worth to your success. When you close a big deal, it feels amazing. You're on top of the world. But when things fall through, it feels like a personal failure. And it's hard to separate who you are from what you achieve, and that's a dangerous cycle. When your confidence is tied to external results, you're always vulnerable. If things aren't going well, your sense of self-worth takes a hit, and that's a tough place to be emotionally. It makes every failure feel like a reflection of your value. I know these struggles, I live them, and I also know that you don't have to face them alone. That's why I'm here, not just as a broker who understands the hustle, but as a hypnotherapist who knows how to heal. I created the Big Players Club on Skool, a place where individuals struggling with stress at work and seeing that stress bleed into their personal lives can find real support. This isn't just surface level business talk. Here we focus on you as a whole person, rediscovering balance, building emotional resilience, and creating boundaries that protect your peace. Together, we'll navigate the ups and downs with strength, confidence, and true self-worth. If you're feeling overwhelmed, tired of carrying this burden alone, and ready for a community that understands you, join us. The Big Players Club is like having an in-house support system, a place to regroup, rebuild, and truly thrive. Because you deserve more than just professional success. You deserve fulfillment, peace of mind, and the joy that comes from knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Don't do it alone. I understand your pain and I'm here to help.